At Cal Poly, we have all experienced the issue regarding parking. Whether that be us that are freshmen who can't even get parking permits, to those of you that have been here for multiple years who simply can't find a place to park on campus. So today I want to talk about the issue regarding parking and mostly how it affects us as freshmen. So first I want to go over what those effects are on us as who are freshmen. Second, what actions we could take to negate these effects. And finally, what we could do as an active student body to invoke change on the previous policy that says freshmen cannot park on campus. And I want to preface by saying that we've been here for 2 quarters now, and I've only been home twice, and that was for Thanksgiving break and Christmas break. So there hasn't been one weekend in this entire time that I've got a chance to go home. And so homesickness has been a problem for me, and in an article titled Homesickness and Perceived University Support, written by Gerton J. Van, he states that starting university life is for most freshmen a traumatic experience, especially for students living away from home. Being separated from their families can cause many students to feel homesick, particularly if it is for their first experience and when compelled to live in a dormitory. So as you know, we are all required to live in dorms, so that not only makes the homesickness worse, but Cal Poly not allowing us a way to get home only heightens these symptoms. And parking is not a big issue just on Cal Poly's campus. It's an issue nationwide, and all students value it. And if we look here at this graph, we can see as highlighted by the red area, parking is the 5th most valuable thing to college students in a study done by Jennifer Rudin in 2018. And she said that we value parking more than things such as study areas, dishwashers, and fitness rooms, which are all pretty important things. And that just goes to show that parking is an issue nationwide. It's not just localized to Cal Poly. All campuses feel this issue, and we all are trying to deal with it. But what Cal Poly states on their website for why we can't get a parking permit, they say that first-year resident students are prohibited from bringing vehicles to campus for the entire duration of their first year, fall through spring quarters. This includes students who have enough credits to be considered sophomores. First-year resident students are not eligible to purchase any campus parking permits, including daily, weekly, or quarterly permits. So not only are we not allowed to purchase a parking permit for the entire quarter, we can't even purchase a parking permit for 1 week. So say we had something like a family emergency or just want to see our parents for just a weekend, we don't even have the option to do so, and that to me seems a little bit ridiculous. But if I were, as I said, had a family emergency or just wanted to surprise my parents or, be there for their birthday or something of that nature, I'm pretty much left with 2 options. And here on the left is a picture of a train ticket, and on the right is a flight. So as you can notice highlighted by that red arrow, it'd be $202 for a train round trip to get back to my hometown. It takes me to Reading, which is still about 40 minutes away from my hometown. And to put that into, what it doesn't show up there on that diagram is that there's 12 hours and 14 minutes exactly of travel time one way. So it'd be a 24 hours round trip to get home. And to put that into perspective, it's only about a 7-hour drive depending on how you drive. So it's nearly 5 hours longer to get home if I were to take a train, and would cost a lot more than just a tank of fuel. And my other option that is there on the right is a flight, and I have taken a flight to get home for winter break. And the convenience factor was great. It was only 3 hours compared to the 7 hours of travel time it'd be if I drove. But as you can notice by the red arrow, it's $370. And as students, freshmen here on campus, we don't really have that much money to be spending on flights or things like that. So these have been 2 things that really contribute to me not having a chance to get home, and have been kind of heightening these symptoms of homesickness. But even though we aren't allowed to get parking permits on campus, apparently we still have to pay for them. According to an article titled How to Solve Campus Parking, they state that the amount that's not recovered in fees is typically buried in the budget and charged to all students, drivers and non-drivers alike, as part of their tuition. Everyone pays to subsidize parking. So they're basically stating that even though we don't have the opportunity as freshmen to get parking passes, we still pay for those that do, and to me that doesn't really exactly seem fair. But you can do with that what you wish. But the issue of parking on campus is one that could definitely be resolved if the Cal Poly takes the right steps. And according to the article Overcoming the College Parking Crunch, the author Matt Gilman states, for urban colleges that require additional parking, structured parking is generally the best option. Parking structures can accommodate many more vehicles on the same footprint than parking lots, and they also provide safety advantages, such as an ability to provide greater visibility in parking areas and reduce the number of potential hiding places. So if you look here, this is just a picture of a parking garage at Northridge, and we see examples of this here on Cal Poly's campus and by PCB and by Yaki Tutu. I don't think they're as fancy as this one. This one kind of seems more modern than those. But regardless of that, so as this article stated, they have the ability to house much more vehicles on the same footprint. And I think in places like behind the Red Bricks or behind North Mountain, where they have these large parking lots, if we could put parking garages such as this one, we could literally triple the parking that we have there now, and definitely could allow for more parking opportunities for freshmen like myself and you guys. But not only is this a much more efficient way to use space in terms of parking, according to a study done by Ohio State, they say in a garage like the one you see here that's well lit and has a lot of visibility is a 50% less likely chance to have a crime happen in a parking lot like this, or in a garage like this, than your conventional parking lot. So as I said, it's more efficient and it's safer, and you'd think Cal Poly would take this into consideration when they're making these decisions on what to do with parking in terms of first-year residents. But parking is a thing, as I stated, that we could make these changes and make parking garages as I was stating, but things we could do as a student body to invoke change and receive this policy revoked is we could do it, take it on a case-to-case basis, as I plan to do. I plan to go to the parking services and pretty much give them my argument that I live 7 hours away from home. I have a job that's 2 miles away that I have to walk to every day, and especially when I have to start work at 7:30 and I have to leave at 7 in the morning because it takes me 30 minutes to get out there. It's super inconvenient, and I'm going to give them my case, but that only benefits me, and I think that the campus parking policy should be revoked for all freshmen. I don't think that any freshman should really have to go through this. So I think if we come together as a unified front and take some time out of our day to either email parking services or just talk to them personally, especially if we have people from other grade levels come in and talk to them, it'll really show that we all care about the parking issue and that we really don't want anyone to have to go through the issues that we had to go through as freshmen.